Okay. All right. Oh, why does it do that? Oh, man. This. Opening a folder full of WAV files or video files sometimes does it. Causes this weird. Anyway, whatever. I can't even describe it. It's time to hit the gritty. Yes. Fortnite. Have you heard of this?
GameCube.
And they put a GameCube into Fortnite. When will they do that? When can I play as the GameCube? All right, I think everything's ready. I'm going to close this. I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to move this here. We'll open it again later. I'm going to close that. Don't need that. Okay, we need this here. And... we are just about ready to go. All right. That's the end of the recording. Hello. Oh, wait, wrong. I hit the wrong button. Wait. What the heck? Oh, no. There's the... Wait. Oh, wait. No, wait. They're on beta 2 of OBS 28. And the menu issues and stuff that I was having with that first beta seem to have been corrected, but also a lot of those plugins still need to be updated. So that's why there are no captions at the bottom of the screen anymore, because that plugin needs to be updated to work in OBS 28. And also the stream FX, which is how... Wait, where this used to have a hex filter on it. The hex filter was done by StreamFX, and that's not been updated yet. So, but they did say that the next alpha that they're putting out would work with it. And have I gotten my new headphones? I have not. I have not gotten my new headphones. I wrote them and said, "Oh, hey, I got my Atari shit." They sent the wrong size T-shirt. But I got my Atari Hotels hat. And the NDI plugin is... You want to see the hat? All right, let me grab the hat. It's a hat. I was going to put my headphones on before I started talking, and then I realized I don't actually need to hear myself now that we're not recording. I can't. It's hard for me to do the podcast without headphones on, and I'm not hearing, any other voices other than my own, but I need to hear my own, because the reason why you wear headphones when you're talking alone is because you want that zero latency feedback of your own voice into your head, so that you notice when you do this. And you notice you're not talking into the microphone anymore, and you're like, oh shit, I need to be in front of the microphone so that people can hear me. This is a flex fit hat, and it feels like shit. And it's black on black, so I don't, why don't I change back to the Nope, that's the wrong one. Nope. Yep, there we go. Nothing on the back there. This feels like the bare minimum. This feels like the minimum viable product of in hat form of like this fucking flex fit, slightly too tight fucking, just it sucks in the same way that like, the Atari Hotels brand sucks, right? So I don't know. It feels, but at least it is a genuine flex fit. I mean, it is a, it's not a knockoff flex fit hat. It is the real deal. And it came with a sticker that I can leave on, which is fun. And the bill was a little pre-bent, which I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of a flat bill kind of, well, no, I guess maybe not. I was a flat bill kind of guy for a while, but anyway, that zero latency stuff is really key. And so because you need to be able to hear yourself to make sure that you also, it's a good way to notice like, oh shit, I accidentally like left the mic muted, because if I mute the mic, I will never know if the mic is muted unless I'm wearing my headphones. And so headphones are super key. I ordered a pair of pricey headphones with custom logos on the things because they offered that for not a lot of money. The headphones are too expensive, and I hope I hope they're good. But also, they have not shipped. So that's, so we got the Atari shit, but we have not gotten the headphones that V-Moda said they would ship within 5 to 7 business days. It has now been more like 12 to 15 business days. And I wrote them at the end of the like 8th business day and said like, hey, just wanted an update. And they were like, yeah, it'll take an extra couple of days because of the, there's some boilerplate kind of thing. Be aware that the V-Moda built-in mics suck. You'll want the attachment mic. I'm not going to use a mic on that thing. I don't need I don't want a mic on a set of headphones. I just want a set of headphones. So, because I've got this, so I don't ever need a microphone. Shout out to oh gosh, I forget who brought it up, but someone on Discord mentioned Descript as a good audio tweaker for some of these, because we recorded Game Boys to Men yesterday, and it's the audio was a lot better than the first one, but it's still like Glenn still came in a little bit quiet, and so I ran it through their filters and it fixed it up. It's not perfect, but it fixed it up quite a bit. I think the solution is going to be, when I record stuff like that with other people, I need to lower myself down, because I can't actually bring them up any higher than they are. Like, they are already full blast unless I can put something else. Like, basically I've got everything turned up to 100 across the board for them coming in. I know Ben was a little bit quiet last week. And so, obviously I want to get into doing more guest stuff on the podcast and all that sort of stuff. And so like, that's stuff that absolutely has to be figured out, especially before I start going and trying to line up like big old interviews with people and all that sort of stuff, which is, that's also kind of, that's the thing that happens after this, right? Is like, okay, we're going to get more kind of guest co-host type situations on the podcast and try to get into a rhythm with that on an occasional basis. And then, and then eventually start doing kind of separate interviews and stuff. I've had some publishers saying like, whenever you're ready to start doing interviews, let us know. And, so, people are definitely receptive to doing that sort of stuff. And so that's pretty exciting. This is weird. So not wearing the headphones, I feel this feels crazy. This now feels like I'm talking to no one in a room. Like, this feels nuts to me. This feels like, who the fuck am I doing? But also, it feels easier to talk more quietly. So I wonder if this would be better on my throat and voice. That probably just means I need to adjust the volume of myself in my headphones if I find myself trying to talk more loudly with the headphones on. But hook the speaker hat into the mic. This is not, unfortunately, this is just a hat. It's not a speaker hat. So, you know, what are you going to do? Anyway, that's what I've got going on. Did I figure out how to set up a business yet? No, the accountant was out. And so we have not reconnected. I have to get in touch with the accountant that I was recommended and try to get some stuff set up and all that. So no, it's still not officially a business or anything like that. So how am I doing? I'm doing fine. Today I'm doing much better than I have been for the past couple of days. My son, if you don't know, he sleeps in here at night. And so he comes down here about 7:30, 8 p.m. And I sleep down here as well because it helps me to keep an eye on him. And that was something that, like, in the early days of him being young, we were like, oh, just we would feel safer of just like, if I'm in here and all that sort of stuff. So, and we just haven't stopped doing that yet. He could probably move to his own room any day now, and that's something that, well, we need to set up his room because when we moved into this house, like a lot of stuff got thrown into that room. Like all of my clothes are in his room right now, and I need to move all that stuff out and go through it and probably get rid of a lot of stuff. And anyway, he's got a lot of teeth, but he doesn't have all his teeth, and so he is always getting new teeth. And so the past couple of nights, he decided, and I don't know if it's, because it's been quite hot here lately. It has been a minimum of like, I'm going to say 93, but more like 95, 97. And so, it's hot at night, I'll open the windows and stuff like that. But there are times when the air conditioning will kick on at like 10:30 at night. And I'm like, fuck, what? No, what shit? Like, it is expensive to run that thing. And so that's why I've been talking more about solar power lately. And yeah, so anyway, I think it's because he's teething, but the night before last, he woke up at 2:15 in the morning and he stayed awake, and so did I. And so, I basically got about 2 hours of sleep that night and the night before. And, sucked. It sucked. It absolutely sucked. I need to find out. So the solar power stuff is like, I know they passed that bill that is supposed to lead to a government subsidy on getting solar installed, as well as a heat pump. And I was already thinking about doing both of those things at some point. And so if the government's going to pay for like a third of the solar power cost, or, it was like a significant subsidy that you would get back. And so, that's got me thinking I need to move on solar. I just need to make sure that, like, have they enacted that stuff yet? I need to go do my research and see if, like, is the government now paying for this stuff, or do they need to, 30% off solar and battery storage, Kidblur. Yeah. And then 4K towards the heat pump. I don't think 4K will cover a heat pump, but it ain't nothing. I mean, I've spent more than fucking $4,000 fixing the fucking bullshit system that's in here. Because it was an emergency, we had to fix it. And I was like, and when they were in here, I was like, I'm thinking about getting the heat pump. And he's like, yeah, you can think all you want, but it will take you, it'll take you 6 months for us to get one because parts are in such short supply and all this other stuff. And so it wasn't something that I could have pulled the trigger on right then and there. But yeah, so I don't know if they have already enacted the, those rebates or whatever they end up doing for the solar power. But like, I very much want to do that. I wanted to do solar power already. And like, cause honestly, like, because it's been so hot here lately, and I would just say, fuck it, we'll just suffer in the heat and it will be okay, because that's how I think. But we've got young kids, and I want them to sleep, and I want them to be reasonably comfortable. And so the power bill here was $500 last month, which is fucking crazy. Like, it should be more like 150 or something. So, I have basically, that was the thing of just like, yep, got to get this solar stuff installed. I got to solve this problem, because that'll, people say, oh, it pays for itself over 7 years. Like, whatever, man. With the amount of money that it costs to run all this stuff, I could probably pay it off much faster than that, because holy smokes. Is there an insulation problem? Yeah, sort of. There's a skylight in the kitchen that is next to the room where the thermostat is. And that skylight room, as you might imagine, fucking cooks in the late afternoon. It's hot as fuck in that room. And so what I want to do is get that covered, or at least put a cover on it that I can open or close. That's the normal price for a power bill in San Fernando Valley. Yeah, so maybe that's just like where I live. I just need to get used to just like, that's how it is. But like, but yeah, solar power, all that other stuff, figuring out a shade or a cover for that skylight. And then also, whether it's insulation or, like figuring out because the upstairs is much harder to cool than the downstairs. This room actually gets it the most because, from the wall repair, you might realize like the air conditioner is right on the other side of this wall. So this is like the first vent off of the unit. And so this room will get cold fast, which is, that's nice. But then at night when it's hot upstairs and I'm down here, I am freezing fucking cold. And it's still, 80 plus degrees upstairs. And, I don't know, it's a fucking mess. Whatever. So anyway, long story short, I want to find out a way to get solar panels installed, because I think that technology is fascinating. And I think it will be something that saves power quite a bit. Fuck skylights. You're a home inspector. They leak like, yeah. So our skylight did leak last time it summered, last time it rained. And so we had someone come out and fix that for $400. And he was like, normally I don't like to just plug these, but let's try that first. And if that doesn't work, then we can replace it. And it worked. So we didn't replace it, but yeah, that's Southern California for you. I mean, it got hot up north for sure when I lived up there. And the difference, honestly, the difference there is that no one has air conditioning up north. So you'd have these stretches in the late summer, August, September, October, which is why all the fires happen around then, where it would suddenly just be in the 90s. After June and July would be weirdly calm by comparison. And so you end up in these situations where, no one has air conditioning because they think they don't need it up there. And you've got a stretch of days where suddenly it's like 98 degrees or 102 or whatever. And it's fucking bananas. It's absolutely fucking bananas that no one has air conditioning there. And so, for the longest time I was like, well, maybe we should just get air conditioning. And then eventually it was, we were going to move anyway because we had another baby on the way. And, it was time for a change of scenery, after that many years of pandemic living in the same house, between like, oh, well, we need to move anyway because we're having another child and I can't work here out of the house. If we, it was a 3-bedroom. So, we were going to fill up all the bedrooms. And, it just made sense on a lot of levels. Also at the time there was at least some loose talk at work about this idea of, if I was going to move down here, then we'll hire a bunch of people that live down here and kind of start a new crew or whatever. And so that was kind of like part of it. And then that whole thing went away and I was like, oh, I guess I just live in Southern California now. And so that was pretty silly, but, yeah. So, yeah, well, I guess I won't get too much deeper into that shit, but, But yeah, there was talk about like, oh, we're going to hire this many people and we're going to do this down here. And, it was all very loose talk. It wasn't like full on plan, but it was starting to become one. And then it was very much not one. And it was like, oh, well, why am I here again? Anyway, so, but whatever, we had reasons to move here separate from that shit. It definitely wasn't. That was not the driving factor. It was just like, well, we're going to move anyway. And I thought about a lot of different places. Like, I kind of wanted to move to Chicago. Because I have some friends out there. It'd be nice to see Patrick on a more regular basis, and Adam and Dave and some of those folks. But I don't think we're ready to live in the snow. I don't think we're quite, I don't think our California born and raised family, I don't know that we would survive. But I don't know. I always thought Chicago seemed kind of cool. And my daughter's a huge Frozen fan, so snow would be fun, right? I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. It's been super fun moving down here, and the change of scenery has been great, and having a larger house. So and having space has been really great. So it's been nice down here for sure. But yeah, some of the shocks for me have been around like, I knew it would be hotter, but holy fucking shit. The sun is the sun is a different kind of hot here than it is up there. That's for sure. You walk out here at like 8:30 in the morning, and it's like the temperature is not super hot yet, but you walk outside and you're like, I'm fucking burning. And I burn, like I don't, guess what? I don't get that much fucking sun to begin with. So, but yeah. Has there been any culture shock moving from up north? No, but mostly because like I'm working from home. We moved at a phase of the pandemic where it didn't make sense to go out a lot anyway, and so we're really just now starting to. And this is mostly my wife, because she goes out with the kids and she does stuff, and but she's starting to meet other moms in the area and all of that sort of stuff. But like I'm working from home. The deepest conversation I had with a stranger over the last 6 months is when I took my wife's car to go get smogged, and I talked to the guy at the smog shop for a while. So, I'm not really getting out that much. Working from home and all that other shit. So yeah, I don't know. It's been cool. A lot of different restaurants and a lot of different food situations. And that's been like, I'm at a point where a Del Taco is just like whatever, because I have eaten it too many times. And so now the once fancy treat of like, oh gosh, I can get Del Taco, is now just like whatever. Tommy's. Yeah, no, Tommy's is good. Tommy's good for sure. There's a lot of stuff like that. Anyway, I am going to get going now. I'm going to try to turn this episode around and get it processed and stuff like that. Have I been to Game Dude? Yes, I have been to Game Dude, but I have not been to Game Dude since I moved down here. But yeah, like about a year before, we were down here doing something else, and I took a quick trip over to Game Dude. The Game Dude has a ton of stuff. It was awesome to just walk around there and be like, holy shit, Game Dude has so many things. And then but as I kept walking around, it was like this really sad realization of just like, I don't want any of this stuff. I already have so much of this shit. That like, I'm just like, I don't know, I did almost buy a Jaguar CD though, and I still might go back there one of these days and just on a whim pick one up. But yeah, it was this realization of just like, and I'm still looking, because where I'm at, I'm trying to look for other if there are other used game stores in the area and stuff, because driving all the way into North Hollywood is a little bit more than I would want to do. But I'm trying to see if there's other stuff going on, other shops in the area and all that sort of shit. But just to get a lay of the land. And I haven't done that yet, so I don't know what else is really around. And but yeah, going to Game Dude was this weird bittersweet thing of just like, this is all awesome. I'm so happy to see all this shit. They have so much stuff. But then I was just like, but I've seen all of this shit before. Like, they don't have a good, deep collection. It's like you can't walk in there and be like, yo, you got any PC-88 games? What's your X68K situation like? Can I buy one of those here and a bunch of games and a monitor that will work with it? It's just the stuff that I could see in the wild that I would be thrilled to actually see is a really small list nowadays, because I've just got a fucking ton of shit now. Come on down to Pasadena. No. No, because they fucking closed the Pac-Man arcade. We used to go to the Pac-Man arcade after E3. On our way back from E3, we would stop off at the Pac-Man arcade. Like, me and Ryan did that a couple of times. And I think the Pac-Man arcade was fucking sick as fuck. One time I went in there when I was in a band with Glenn. We stayed in Pasadena because we were playing shows down there. And we went to the Pac-Man arcade, and it was first thing in the morning. They like just opened, but you walk in there and like the dude who was in there working was just laying on the air hockey table with the air hockey table turned on. And I was like, yeah, that's fucking badass. Huge respect for that dude living the fucking dream. But yeah, no, that's, if the Pac-Man arcade's gone, why go to Pasadena? We're going to see the fucking Rose Parade, and I'm good. Anyway, so now I'm going to go for real. Oh, Ramona started streaming. Okay. We'll toss a raid over in that direction. She just got going. Will she have a 24-hour stream? I don't know. I hope that she stays hydrated. Let's head over there and have yourself a good rest of your day. And hey, check out the Patreon. It's banging, as they say. I think that's what they say. Is that what the kids say? Yeah. Is it banging? Is it banging? Did this Patreon hit the gritty? Did it? No, it did not. Okay, well, maybe we'll try to get that going. Maybe we'll try to get, maybe we'll try to get that going. What am I even saying anymore? Is the Patreon bussin', or is it simply bussin'? That's my question. Head on over to patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. Find out for yourself. And have yourself a good rest of your Tuesday. I'll be back in the morning, and we'll probably play some Arcade Paradise of our own. I know, yeah, Ramona, you're fucking 30 plus hours into that thing. That's nuts. That's awesome. That makes me want to play that game even more. So I'm going to check that out. And then I have Cursed to Golf installed, but we can't look at that until much later, until that's closer to release. So we won't look at that this week, but in the future, we've got more games to play. But I'm going to stop this stream. I'm going to take this fucking hat off. I'm going to go get a water. Those are my big plans. Have a good one, everybody. I'll see you soon. I'm pushing this button. Head over there. And leave me the hell alone. God damn it. As Prince once said, keep bussin'. I think it's weird that, like, why does it say only 400 plus viewers are ready to raid? I feel like, doesn't it just send everybody over when I hit the button? I don't know. I have walked away from my computer and come back and found that I have been raided. Anyway, oh, you can press leave. That's what it is. People are canceling out. They opt out. Yeah, right. Okay. That makes sense. The cancel button. Anyway, have a great time. Go do your thing. Live lavish. And ever forward. I don't know what you want to say anymore.